Hello, my name's Tom Tasker. I'm a GP in Salford. I'm also Clinical Chair of Salford Clinical Commissioning Group, and I'd like to warmly welcome you into our organisation. I'm just going to start off by giving you a bit of background as to who we are. So we were formed in 2013 as part of the Health and Social Care Act, so we've been up and running now for about 3 to 4 years. Our membership consists of GP practices, so all 45 GP practices we currently have in Salford are our members, our constituents, and they help to inform the commissioning decisions that we take. Now, as part of being a clinical commissioning group, it's important that we have clinical leaders, so we're very fortunate to have a number of them in Salford working both at the governing body level, representing their neighbourhoods, and also clinical workstream leads, working with commissioning teams throughout the CCG, such as mental health, it could be long-term conditions. So we've got lots of different GP leads that you'll hopefully meet over the next few months. So I think of our organisation as being clinically led and expertly managed. So alongside the clinicians, who largely work part-time, are full-time managers and commissioning teams working together to try and get the best for our patients, for the people of Salford.
Hello there, my name's Anthony Hassel, I'm the Chief Accountable Officer. What that means is I lead the executive team and work very closely with the Chair to lead the CCG, the Clinical Commissioning Group. I'm also, I'm proud to say, a long-standing resident of Salford, having lived here for the past 18 years. So I'm really interested and really ambitious to improve the health and the well-being of the people who live in this great city. So the CCG is a member organisation, and we have to work with our practices and indeed listen to the needs of our local population to ensure that we commission really good, high quality services that improve the lives of the people of Salford. Salford, of course, is one of 10 boroughs in Greater Manchester. And you may know that Greater Manchester has been given devolved responsibility for health and social care from the NHS in England. What this devolved responsibility means is that we have the freedom in Greater Manchester to develop Greater Manchester solutions for the problems that we face in Greater Manchester. And I'm really keen and ambitious that Salford plays a proper and leading role in that Greater Manchester devolution settlement. I'm really proud as well that we have a strong working relationship with our local authority in Salford City Council, and indeed I meet with the local authority, the elected mayor and their lead officers on a very regular basis. And I'm proud that with them we lead on a number of pieces of work across Greater Manchester, in particular the development of our integrated care model and our integrated commissioning arrangements with the local authority, and our programme of quality improvement, our Safer Salford programme across the city, where we're proud to both develop and then disseminate learning across Greater Manchester. So welcome to the CCG. Please feel proud that you're now part of an outstanding organisation, but also take seriously the job that we have to do to improve the health and the well-being of the people of Salford.
Hello, my name's Steve Dixon and I'm the Chief Finance Officer at Salford CCG. Firstly, I'd just like to welcome you to working here in Salford, and I hope you enjoy working in the CCG. It's a fantastic place to work. I've been in Salford for almost 16 years, having worked at previous roles in the Health Authority, in the PCT, and now in the CCG. A bit about my role in terms of what I'm responsible for. As a Chief Finance Officer, I have three main aims. Firstly, to make sure that we manage the money appropriately. So Salford CCG has a budget of around £400 million, and this is taxpayers' money, and we do have to remind ourselves of that. So financial governance is really important, that we've got systems and processes in place within the CCG to make sure that we are spending that money appropriately. The second area is to make sure that we don't overspend on that money. So it's really important that we monitor and report on how we're doing against the expenditure, and that we are making the best use of that money, that we are aligning it to our strategic aims and our priorities, and then ultimately that we don't overspend. And the third objective around finance is not just looking at how we're doing in year, is obviously looking beyond that time frame and to try and plan more strategically, particularly over a 5-year time frame, to make sure that we can horizon scan, to make sure we're aware of the pressures that are coming around the corner, to make sure that we are aligning our money to our strategic priorities so that we can plan that money in the best way. So that's about my finance role within the CCG. I do have a broader portfolio. I manage a couple of other teams within the CCG. Firstly, there is a contracting unit within the CCG, and they are responsible for making sure that we have contracts in place with all the providers that we commission services from. We commission services from over 160 different providers in Salford, and we need to make sure that we have contracts in place, that we are monitoring those contracts to make sure those providers are not only spending the money in line with what they were commissioned to do, make sure that they are delivering against the KPIs, the standards, and achieving the outcomes that we want to achieve here in Salford. And the other area that I look after is around IM&T and business intelligence. So there's a business intelligence team within the CCG who are responsible for managing all of the data and information, producing dashboards, producing reports, ranging from performance reports, benchmarking reports, reporting all the way through to governing body. So that's a bit about me and the teams, and again, welcome to the CCG, and look forward to seeing and meeting you over the forthcoming weeks.
Hello, my name's Francine Thorpe and I'm the Director of Quality and Innovation. My areas of responsibility are quite varied and include the quality team, who have responsibility for monitoring the quality of the services that we commission. That includes patient experience and the safety of services. They also work closely with services to drive quality improvements. I manage the safeguarding team, who have responsibility for the safeguarding of young people, children and vulnerable adults. We do have statutory responsibilities in this area, and they make sure that they're fulfilled. Working closely with GPs to make sure that they manage their safeguarding arrangements appropriately, and we scrutinise the arrangements of safeguarding arrangements within our providers. I manage the medicines optimisation team, and they work closely with GP practices to make sure that they're prescribing and administering medicines in a safe, cost-effective way. They also work with our providers around improving the safety of the medicines that are administered and prescribed. I manage the innovation and research team, and their responsibility is to make sure that the commissioning decisions we make are based on the best available evidence. They link closely with academic institutions, and they also support pilot projects around testing out new ideas to see whether we can deliver services more effectively in innovative and new ways. I do also have some responsibility around new services that are coming on board, supporting GP practices in their roles as providers. So I manage the provider support team and a specific role around workforce development within GP practices. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Karen Proctor and I'm the Director of Commissioning. I'm a member of the executive team, and my responsibilities include leading teams of commissioning staff whose responsibility it is to plan for health services. So that could be hospital services, community services or GP services. And increasingly we are jointly working with our social care commissioning colleagues in the City Council. And that's so that we can jointly plan for both health and social care services so that they're delivered in a much more integrated way. We can make decisions about how we invest our funding, and we can make recommendations about how services can be improved. So the aim is that we have better services, we make the best use of the funding that we have, and ultimately patients have better outcomes from accessing services. So these plans, these form the basis of contracts that we have with service providers. We often work directly with services, so the clinicians and the staff in the services, to help us plan for these developments. And we also work with GPs because they provide us with clinical advice and clinical leadership. When we contract for services, it's important that they meet NHS Constitution standards. So that's things like waiting times and quality measures. And we build these standards into service specifications, which we then monitor. Sometimes we might plan for services not at a Salford level, but at a Greater Manchester level. We work with other CCGs to do this, or at a sector level, so that could be Bolton, Wigan and Salford working together. The other areas of my responsibility are NHS Continuing Care. Now that's a team of clinical commissioners, so they are generally nurses, and they assess the needs of individual patients, and they do this so that they can assess them against national criteria to determine whether somebody is eligible for NHS funded continuing care. Quite often they're the most needy patients, the sicker patients in our community, and often the older population. I just want to wish you a very warm welcome to the CCG. I hope you have a really happy time here and a really successful time.
Hello, my name's Jennifer McGovern. I'm Assistant Director for Integrated Commissioning. I'm responsible for a team of people who are integrated commissioners, and what we do is we work across the City Council and the CCG. Our work focuses on adults and older people and those vulnerable groups. We commission services around mental health, learning disabilities, physical and sensory disabilities and carers. What we do is to develop strategies that cross both health and social care services. We've a focus at the moment on developing a housing strategy for vulnerable people, and in the coming few months we'll be looking at a carers strategy. We also have been working very closely into the integrated care system. So we've been working with the service and financial plan for older people and adults. We've been part of developing the pooled budget arrangements and also establishing the commissioning arrangements for adult social care. We'll continue with this work going forward, looking at how we transform services with the integrated care organisation across the health and social care system. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Hannah Dobrovolska and I'm Director of Corporate Services here at the CCG. My areas of responsibility cover communications and engagement, how we listen to our public and ensure that we get our messages out to the public, to our GP members and to our staff through our newsletter. It's really important that any feedback that you hear, that you feed that into the team so that we can act on any of the views of our public locally. Governance and policy ensure that we make the best decisions for the people of Salford, that we do that ensuring that we manage the conflict of interest that any members of staff or decision makers might have in the decisions that they make. That team also supports the organisation in how we respond to complaints, how we support people getting advice through the PAL service, and how we respond to freedom of information requests. Administrative team and accommodation also fall under that remit. Corporate programmes are part of my team, and that includes a range of special projects that are undertaken across the organisation, as well as looking how we can be responsible corporately for social value, making sure that we use our money for the best social, environmental and economic outcomes for the people of Salford. Planning and performance is part of my remit, and 3 of the Greater Manchester shared services come under my team. That includes resilience, which is around how we plan for any major incidents and ensure business continuity, how we look after HR practical arrangements, and also supporting organisational development, which includes training and learning. Thank you.
Salford, as you may be aware, has many challenges. It's an area of diversity. We're fortunate to have lots of investment coming into Salford, so lots of exciting things going on in Media City, population growth expected over the next 5 to 10 years in other areas as well. So all of these great opportunities, but with those opportunities comes some challenges. So challenges around how we will develop health and social care services to meet the growing population's needs. We have also developed new commissioning arrangements with the City Council, so our GP leads are now working closely with councillors to help develop the best solutions for our population. One of the things that drives me in my work as chair is the patients that I see when I work in practice and the care that they receive, and how we can do things better for them so that their care pathways are more joined up and people get better outcomes, because we still have big discrepancies in Salford between the richest areas and the worst areas, and also how we compare to national average. So lots of work that we still need to do on improving health outcomes, improving our mortality and morbidity figures. So exciting opportunities with challenges. Really glad to have you on board. Our doors always open in the exec, so come down, find us, introduce yourself. You know, we're always here to support. So I wish you luck in your new post.
Also manages the complaints, the conflict of interest. No, I need to start again, sorry.
Hello, my name's Francine Thorpe and I'm the Director of Quality and Innovation. The
Economic elements of spend. I need to start again, that was right.
Let's just see how it looks anyway, firstly, from what we want to...
I also have responsibility for the Innovation and Research team.
And the commissioning of the services within that system. I've got that.
Innovation and Research team, and they're
Happening, whether we're on track in terms of achieving our outcomes and our KPIs.
the Quality team. They have responsibility for monitoring the quality of services provided by... Sorry. Oh, there are people coming in.
So that's a bit about me and what I'm here to do and what my teams are here to do.
Hello, my name's Francine Thorpe and I'm the Director of Quality and Innovation. My areas of responsibility are quite varied, and they include the Medicines Optimisation team. Oh, I'm sorry, there's someone coming.
Hello, my name's Tom Tasker, I'm a GP in Salford.
Can I just stop you a sec, Tom?
Hello, my name's Francine Thorpe. Blah,
That's-
blah, 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 blah.
That's